Hello again, everyone. This is Joe, and in this technical analysis of the stock market video titled Fear Me Not, we're going to take a look at the Dow Industrials for this week and take a look at yesterday's action where we got the big bounce, or the big bounce tried to continue anyway. Not so much this week, but it did on Friday. Take a look at one of our key indicators and then take a look at three stocks from three key ETFs from the semiconductors, the home builders, and the financials. So stay tuned. Okay, let's dive in here with the Dow. Yesterday, the Dow was up 347 points, and really it saved the week. It had been a down week, and, as a Friday bailed it out, you could see right now I had this minute wave 2, wave 1, wave 2. I've got it. This is still my preferred count. An alternate count is that wave 2 is going to complete all the way up here. There's also the possibility that this little move in here isn't really done yet. We could be doing something like this, or we could push sideways a little bit more before we go up, or we could just start down on Monday and take out this, this low, Wednesday's low. So right now we just continue to watch. Now, the one thing that makes me think that we are going to push up into here possibly is that Friday seemed like fairly strong. It was 5-1 to the upside in terms of volume on the New York Stock Exchange, the shares, and the advancing issues versus declining issues was almost 5-1. So fairly strong move on Friday. It's like everybody just waited in the afternoon. It had faded in the afternoon and gave everything back on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then on Friday, it was like they were waiting, and when that didn't happen, then the buying kicked in and it pushed right into the close. So that's what happened on Friday. I am still looking for a retest of this low. Yes, I do not believe that this is not a retest, not over a 2 to 3 day period. We're talking about a retest over a several week period that's going to happen. You can go back and look at correction after correction after correction, and that's what happens. And I just think that that's what's going to happen again this time. I think we're going to test this low well before we ever touch this high. And then we'll be watching to see how do we bring this on down. How's the wave count show up as it sells off? Let's take a look at the weekly chart. You can see very compressed trading this week. Okay, yeah, it was 4 days instead of 5, but still very, very tight compressed trading. And compression and expansion have a tendency to cycle back and forth. And right now we're getting compressed. We're just kind of sideways consolidating from that second week of that big move down. Okay, so now we're just kind of watching. Do we continue to get some movement to the upside in here, or do we break down? So that's the picture here on the weekly chart. Let's see. I want to take a look at one indicator real quick. The McClellan oscillator. We are currently at a point where we are the most overbought that we've been in since back mid-September. This point right here is slightly below where we're at right now. We're at 103.396, 103 let's call it 4. And that is higher than anything we had back in here in November, December, January, when the market was rallying. And we are now more overbought than any of this time back in here. And we got there very quickly, okay? And so, honestly, they could take this down at any point after the big bounce, which I talked about last week's video. Okay, let's talk about three key ETFs: semiconductors, home builders, and financials. Well, semiconductors, exhibit A of semiconductors is Nvidia, and it's been very, very strong. Look at this upward trending channel. Look how it came back very strong. Semiconductors did come back very nicely, and it pushed up and did test and pushed slightly higher than the late January highs in here. Wednesday was a big reversal down day, and we didn't get much of a bounce Thursday and Friday. And look how tight and compressed it was here on the trading on Friday. The Dow's up 347 points, and Nvidia was up $3.78 when it's closing at 245.93. So very compressed. Watching to see if we continue to get strength come in here, or does this roll over, come back down? And if we get a close below that low on any kind of retest of this low, that would probably start to break out of this channel and would be a big negative for Nvidia. So watching that closely. Home builders. Look how the home builders did not bounce back nearly they're down here. They came down strong and they're just chopping right along this trend line. Okay. This is like a 7 to 8 month trend line and it's just hugging in here. Now it never closed below that trend line. Okay. That's what I'm watching for. No strength in the home builders at all. I think that's, very negative in here right now. And then the others, financials. How's Bank of America doing? It's one of the big holdings of Warren Buffett. This came back just like semiconductors. It bounced back up, testing the highs. Kind of sold off this last week. Didn't get much of a move on Friday, up 34 cents when the Dow's up 347 points. Not much of a move. Very tight in here. So again, watching to see, does this continue to get strength? Does this move here continue, or does this start to roll over and break down and test these lows? And again, this is a little longer term trend line. This is a 2-year trend line. Okay, so we come down. This is everything from that February 2016 low. This whole rally thing in Bank of America. We come down and we test this low in here. We're going to be going right after that trend line too. So that is going to be absolutely critical to see how that plays out. All right, that's it for this weekend's update. Hope you found that helpful. If you did, hit the like button. And if you're not a subscriber, hit the subscriber button there. And if you're not watching this on my website, head on over to the website. I got a post over there where I talk about a little bit about fear. We're talking about what can happen with the circuit breakers and how the circuit breakers work on the stock exchanges, okay? And what does it mean for both the stock exchanges and the futures? So you might want to check that out. All right, everyone, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you on the next video.